We're going to start on the North Lawn, where Blake has been looking at explosive new allegations surfacing late this afternoon from John Bolton on how President Trump dealt with China. What's the latest?
Explosive is one way that you can describe it, Connell. John Bolton, the former national security advisor for President Trump, his book is set to be due out on Tuesday, and an excerpt has been published, the Wall Street Journal, other outlets, I believe, as it relates to President Trump's meetings with President Xi face-to-face when it came to hammering out the trade deal between the two countries, and it raises some serious questions about those one-on-one interactions. In a passage that was just posted to the Wall Street Journal, Bolton writes in his book the following. He says, quote, Trump then stunningly turned the conversation to the coming U.S. presidential election, alluding to China's economic capability and pleading with Xi to ensure he'd win. He, meaning the president, stressed the importance of farmers and increased Chinese purchases of soybeans and wheat in the electoral outcome. I would print Trump's exact words, Bolton writes, but the government's pre-publication review process has decided otherwise. On that last sentence there, the Department of Justice has sued within the last 24 hours here to try to stop Bolton's book, which is scheduled to be released on Tuesday, from being published. That clearly is not happening because passages are coming out now. They are citing in part that Bolton's book didn't go through the standard review process, and they also say, as the White House has been saying for days now, that the book includes classified information, which is part of the objection from the White House. The White House has made the case that they aren't necessarily worried about what's in the book. They take issue to the classified information portion of it. We've been looking at the president's Twitter feed. So far, no direct response from the president to John Bolton. The White House hasn't had a direct response either, though when asked about it earlier today, here was the White House press secretary asked about the book. Here was the White House press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany.
But what I would note is this book is full of classified information, which is inexcusable. Former National Security Advisor John Bolton should know all too well that it's unacceptable to have highly classified information from the government of the United States in a book that will be published. It's unacceptable.
Speaking of world leaders, the White House announced today, President Trump will be resuming meetings with world leaders over here at the White House 1 week from today, starting next week, as he will host the Polish president, Duda. This moves in a new direction here for the president and for the White House, sort of resuming to pre-COVID-19 activities. As you know, the president will be holding his first massive campaign rally this weekend, and that will follow with a meeting from a foreign leader here just a couple days after that. But these Bolton allegations, someone who was in the room taking notes just about every time we saw John Bolton over here at the White House, he had that yellow notepad with him, not a Democratic operative, a Republican for many years, is something that will follow this White House, Connell and Melissa, for many, many days now, if not longer than that.